Welcome back to the Sarasota Polo Club and Saturday afternoon here where we are about to watch the Masters final between Surly out of Minneapolis, Minnesota and Boneyard out of Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. This will be a great matchup for you. I'm Kyle Weisbrod here with Jackson Kelsey. Jackson, you were down talking to a couple of teams. Why don't you tell us a little about these two teams we're about to see?
Well, talking with Surly before the game, this is their 6th finals appearance in the last 6 years. They've really been around for a long time, having won the last 2 years. They lost the finals in 2007. They also lost in 2009. Boneyard, this is their first time in finals. Interesting fact, earlier in this tournament, Boneyard beat Surly 15-13. Talking with Boneyard, asking them why they felt that they won that game. Boneyard's MO has really been all about defense, just to wear the other team down, just run them into the ground. And they felt like they had a great second half against Surly. So if it's a dogfight and they're really grinding it out, which I'm sure it will be, then Boneyard's really is going to feel like they're winning their game.
So, like a lot of Masters teams, these two teams are kind of, their core comes from the open club team that's in their neighborhood. So a lot of the Boneyard guys, old ex-Ring of Fire players. A lot of the Surly guys, all old Sub-Zero players. And both those teams were top programs back in the 2000s as well. And so a lot of those guys coming from those teams and coming up to the Masters division. Of course, Masters, minimum age to compete is 33 years old. But these guys still have a bit of pep in their step.
Yeah, very unique thing about Ultimate is in things like baseball, there's over 30 league baseball where teams are not professional teams, but they might play City League, but in Ultimate, teams are allowed to compete. There's actually the organization for a national competition, so teams can keep playing until their bodies can't take it anymore. Certainly for those that love the game and don't want to give it up, it really allows that outlet, keeps them connected to the game.
And actually, as part of the USA Ultimates Club restructuring, this will be the last time Masters will be joining the other 3 divisions here at the Fall Club Championships. Masters will be moving to the summertime in the same season as the Grand Masters and the Women's Masters division. So Surly in red, huddling up, 2-time defending champions.
Ben Wiggins always says the hardest thing to do at any Frisbee tournament is beat the same team twice. That's what Boneyard will be looking to do here. Surly looking to avenge that loss. 15-13 in pool play. We will see how they fare. Observers for today's games, Hank Carey, John Rothman, Sam Wood, and Ben Murphy. Also like to thank Elemental Technologies for encoding this game and encoding all of the material that you see on the Next Gen Network.
So the two teams take the field here. National title on the line, the Masters division. Surly will be starting on offense, going upwind.
Talking to the Surly captain before the game, John Chandler. I asked him if his team was going to be playing an upwind, downwind line, as a lot of these other teams we've covered have been doing. He said, not so much. We'll be playing mostly O-line and D-line. Maybe on upwind points, we'll bring in some of those defensive handlers to work the disc upfield. So not quite following suit with the other teams. Surly staying with their standard O-line and D-line sets.
And the pull is up for Boneyard. Keep an eye for Surly on number 11. Mark Paco Enright. Enright, great thrower here for the Surly team. Great throws in this wind. There's Ricky Eichstadt with the disc. Up to Dave Boardman.
Boardman, a very dangerous receiver for this Surly team. one of the players to watch for is listed by John Chandler.
Sam Rosenthal. Up to Adam Goff. That's Matt Rook-Wilkin. Wilkin looking across, back to Eichstadt. Rosenthal. Very tight mark there. Foul called. That is Jeff Plentel on the mark. So Rosenthal with the disc on the sideline. Disc over the head of the receiver. And that is Mark Strazer coming down with it. Boneyard here with an opportunity for a break. Troy Revelle. Nick Poor to the end zone to number 3. That's Mick Ribalt with the score. Looks like a travel called.
Boneyard very excited after that first point. Momentum killed by the call. Still only 7 yards to go outside their end zone line. Players elect to go to the observer. Observer upholds the call. It is a travel.
And right on the mark here. Just get check back in. Reset to Revelle. Back to Ribalt. Lots of traffic. Looks like a foul call there. Rosenthal calling a foul on Plentel, the cutter there.
Plentel does not like the call from Forrester.
This to be checked back in. Ribalt with the pivoting to the break mark side. And low throw, wobbly. A turnover from Boneyard.
Costly drop there from Plentel, allowing Surly to get possession back. That would have been a big break for Boneyard. Start off this game with a downwind break. Instead, Surly with an opportunity to move the disc up the field and score their offensive point.
So Shirley back on offense. Goff throw over the top. Caught by Enright. Boardman. Boardman with a big around backhand to Eichstadt, but out of the reach of Eichstadt.
Eichstadt really pumping, working hard for that disc. Boardman steps out. Almost looked like he was off balance on that throw. He stepped very far outside. It's difficult to throw when you're off balance. You can see the disc comes over. Obviously, there's a 20-mile-an-hour wind that he's throwing into. But with the conditions, you really need to make sure that you're staying in balance as much as you possibly can to put exactly the right torque you want on that disc.
Here's a deep shot. And running it down, that's Nick Poor. And Boneyard goes end zone to end zone here to get on the board first. Up 1-0.
Very exciting for Boneyard to come out and get a break in this first point of the Open Finals.
Just a beautiful shot by Mick Ribalt, the thrower there. Lots of great angle there from Poor. Easy run onto it. You know, one thing that we should expect to see here, a lot of teams have struggled with this wind, both throwing upwind and downwind. You know, these are the most experienced throwers in the game. They've been doing this for years and years. They know how to deal with wind.
Very true. You're not going to see many players out here that are first-timers here at Nationals. All these players have been playing for well over 5-10 years. Been playing club for for a long, long time. Certainly people that have been in these types of conditions before.
So now Boneyard pulling upwind.
That was a big turnover there from Boardman. Had an opportunity to score the upwinder. I believe the stall was only at 2. It was right after he caught it. He steps out. The throw just does not come back in.
Brian Lang with the pull. This to about midfield. Rosenthal walking up. To Boardman. Nice movement. Boardman bobbles that one.
Seeing a lot from this Boneyard team, standing out in the lanes, cutting off the open lanes, stopping the upfield throw.
And Don Tom with a cheeky little cut there. Gets the goal from Boardman.
Danton, of course, had that phenomenal layout last year in the finals. Lou Burris calling it a lovely bid. There, much easier, gets the goal on the reception from Boardman.
So a quick point here off a short pull from Boneyard. Surly working it in. Tying it up at ones.
With Boneyard stepping out into the lanes, it seems like it's something an experienced player would do. If you're a new player in college or first year on your club team, maybe you're going to be focused on your guy and thinking, I got to shut him down. I got to make sure that he doesn't get it. But a lot of these players understand that you need to know where the disc is and see what is the most dangerous pass, what can really hurt you. So keeping your head up and knowing that the disc going to your player when it's only a 5-yard dump or a 10-yard swing is really not that much damage as opposed to maybe a 20-yard in cut.
So Mark Paco Enright with the disc to pull for Surly. Nice spinning, rolling pull. That one's going to get very far down there, past the brick mark before it's stopped by Boneyard. Boneyard working out a vert stack. And a shot right away.
Easily D'd by Enright. That disc did not have much air under it.
And a great poach block there. And a quick conversion there.
It's exactly what I was talking about. Looks like there's some conversation going on. Maybe a travel, maybe a foul. But right there, the Boneyard player seeing that Enright wants to throw upfield. He poaches out, able to get a layout D. Observers do rule that it is a goal.
So the foul call overruled there. Plento with the big block. Goal to Mick Ribalt for the score and the 2-1 Boneyard lead. So costly mistake there from Enright, throwing into that poach. Surly squandering their first upwind opportunity.
That was Mick Ribalt, or Rybolt, with the poach D, standing out in the lane. Boneyard extends their lead to Surly 1.
So Alan Hoyle from Boneyard with the disc, ready to pull. Again, very nice distance on this one. Almost all the way to the far upwind goal line. We haven't seen a pull like that all tournament long. Up to Ricky Eichstadt for Surly. Surly working out of a horizontal. Adam Goff. Center to Owens. Back out to Goff. Goff going across the field. It's Wilkin, and a great poach block, another one. This time from number 11, Brian Lang, and a big shot right away. And Ray Parrish, number 7 for Boneyard with the goal, Upwind.
Huge grab from Parrish.
Parrish has played for years from college ball with UNC, then played for Ring of Fire, and he really just goes up and climbs the ladder on this one.
Great poach block from the Boneyard player. Boneyard gets their second break of the game, going upwind this time.
Great block from Lang there, just stepping in off of his guy. And then a quick turnaround from Robbie Brooks, picking up and just jacking up in the air, knowing that Parrish, as the receiver there, can just go up. Robbie Brooks, they call him River. He's played for teams like Chain Lightning as well as Ring of Fire. He actually played college ultimate at University of Georgia. So Boneyard up 3-1 early. They get the first upwind break of the game.
The women's final tomorrow, you will see Fury take on Riot. And in the open finals, saw double wide if you were watching earlier, take down the number 1 seed Ironside. They'll be playing Revolver, 2-time defending national champions. Then in the mixed side, Blackbird beats Dragon Thrust 15-9, and Polar Bears were up 13-7 on Mischief. So we might have a Polar Bears Blackbird all San Francisco finals.
So Surly working again, and Boardman can't come down with the throw from Eichstadt. And here's another Boneyard opportunity. Going over the top. On the goal line, called in by the observer. That's Jimmy the Fan Holtzman with the goal.
Very impressive body control there. Costly mistake from Boardman. That's his second turnover this game.
So Boneyard capitalizing very quickly here on these Surly mistakes. That's 3 consecutive just bang bang plays. They get the turn, and then right away they're punching it in the end zone.
Yeah, this game has a lot different feel from the game they played in pool play. In that pool play game, Boneyard wore Surly down in the second half with their defense, but here they're going out to the quick lead, up 4-1. That's 3 breaks already this game. And as the players take a break, we will too. Stay tuned for more first half action from Sarasota.
So we're back here for Masters final action between Boneyard and Surly. Boneyard out to a quick 4-1 lead on the backs of some quick transition play, capitalizing on Surly mistakes, as well as some great blocks from Boneyard on some poaches.
You know, I said earlier that Boneyard, this game has a bit of a different feel. Boneyard not running away with it in the second half. We're not there yet, but, you know, this is the end of the tournament for these guys. Surly very tired. Boneyard's MO is to wear the other team down. Looks like we have an offsides call.
So Boneyard goes offsides here on the pull by Holtzman. Holtzman, of course, as I mentioned before, he's known as the Fan. For those of you who peruse Rec Sport Disc, the news group, you might see his often witty responses.
Commonly seen on Rec Sports Disc.
Today, though, not just a fan on the fields.
Surly looking to win nationals for the 3rd time in a row. Get their name from a brewing company out of Minnesota. Surly Brewing Company sponsors the team. Any tournament they come to, they always have a stock of their sponsor.
And here's a deep shot through the hands of the Boneyard defender, and Rosenthal pulls it in for Surly. That looked like an ill-advised or ill-executed huck there.
Swing and a miss there from Mick Rebelt. Goes up. You can tell he's kicking himself for that. Forrester pounding himself in the head. He's fired up. Rosenthal played many years with Boston.
Also a few years with Electric Pig, the pre-truck stop team out of DC. And he played his college ultimate at Carleton College. So that's his connection to this team. He knows a lot of these guys from the college days. So 4-2. Boneyard with the lead. Surly looking for an upwind break. And right to pull for Surly. Another nice roller, this one to roll out of bounds. Pinning Boneyard on that downwind sideline.
Enright favoring the spinning pull. I remember seeing people do that in college. Dylan Freechild, Christian Foster.
And here's a deep shot. Ray Parrish there, but that's number 20, Mike Donardis, stepping in to make the grab. Foul call, stop play here. Disc gets checked back in. Ray Parrish working, isolated in the end zone.
Parrish already with a spectacular goal in this game. Lots of trust there.
So Kevin Kuzi with the goal, Mike Jolly with the assist. Kuzi, first-year player for this Boneyard team.
Very small window for Jolly to put it in. Finds Kevin Kuzi, number 27. Especially in this wind. Kyle was saying earlier, these throwers definitely have played in this wind before. They'll be able to throw throws like that. You might see a few more throws from these players as you would the open players in these winds.
So Boneyard up 5-2. Holtzman to pull.
Update on the mixed finals for tomorrow. It will be Polar Bears versus Blackbird in all San Francisco finals. catch it here on the Next Gen Network.
That is a rematch of last year's finals, is it not?
It is. Blackbird coming out on top.
It's a universe point game, so definitely stay tuned for that mixed final.
Foul on the mark.
Matt Wilkin with the disc for Surly, marked by Ribault. Rosenthal. Owens. Owens with the IO shot, and what a grab
Very impressive
by Matt
play.
Wilkin.
Difficult throw. The inside out forehand. Full extension from Rook Wilkin.
Wilkin coming to Surly after playing his college ultimate at Michigan and playing most of his club career for Bat out of Ann Arbor. Rook, funny, his nickname is Rook. Rook is the nickname he got his freshman year of college, of course, when he was the rookie on the team.
Right.
Here he is playing Masters, dominating.
You know, there's another popular player with that name. Kurt Gibson is also called Rook.
Probably for similar reasons.
I would assume so.
So Surly on the board again, down 3-5. Still looking to generate a break upwind against the stingy Boneyard offense. And right to pull for Surly. Jolly with the disc, taking a shot. And off the hands, out of the hands of Kevin Kuzi.
Jolly trying to make it 2 in a row to Kuzi. Kuzi can't hold on.
But Surly unable to hold on to it and giving a short field here for Boneyard. Lang with the disc. Lang looking around. It's Brian Gain. Gain fighting through a hard mark there. Ben Cohen. Known to many as Benjamin.
Boneyard has a very clustered offense here.
Gain going to the break, but this one's out of bounds.
Not very decisive cuts there from Boneyard. They weren't really set in an offensive system, not allowing themselves to focus on one cut for a goal. Play results in a turnover.
And Enright going deep. That one read by Kevin Kuzi. Knocks it away. A lot of contact there. Mike Jolly comes up with it. To Gain downfield. To Brian Lang. Lang with the shot. But this one over the head of intended receiver Kuzi.
That throw coming out a little hot. Difficult for Kuzi to make the right throw. Lang wanted to complete that. He needed to be very accurate with that throw. Just sailed just a little bit. Kuzi unable to change directions fast enough.
So Surly here with their third opportunity of the point for an upwind break. Long way to go. Randy Gage with the disc, marked by Ray Parrish. Travel called. Mike Bursteth around. Nice movement here from Surly. Surly working downwind. Upwind. Big bid from Ray Parrish. Enright swings it over to Gage.
Very close on that D from Parrish. Again, close on the D. Parrish throwing his body on the line.
Enright, Cohen, going back around. That's Rupert. Rupert with a nice IO to Gage, and Gage misreads the receiver there.
Lack of communication from those two. Gage electing to go the opposite way of his cutter.
So Shirley able to work it at 65, and on one pass, Boneyard's going to try to take it all back. Great read.
That's Kuzi.
And Kuzi to Brian Sherry for the score. Kuzi coming up big. And Boneyard takes another one and is up 6-3.
On that huck, you're going to see a diving Surly defender.
Great efforts from Parrish.
Nearly gets the D, and Kuzi making an impact in this Masters final. Already has a goal. He did drop one earlier at that point, so makes up for it there. Catches the deep puck and then throws the goal to number 6, Brian Sherry.
Kuzi doing a great job there with Enright guarding him, of just putting him kind of his body in front of where he wanted to be. Bodying out Enright. And tough break there for Surly. Surly worked, a solid 65 yards up the field before that turnover. And then just a quick transition again from Boneyard.
Yeah, I believe by my count there was 4 opportunities for Surly to get an upwind break. That last one, they worked it all the way up the field. You can see that D that captain of Boneyard was talking about, just grinding it out. Ryan Parrish throwing his body around multiple times that point, going horizontal. Just a lack of communication between the cutter and the thrower results in a quick shot, and Boneyard taking the lead 6-3.
Holtzman to pull. Good pull, it's gonna have an edge and roll. Good roll here for Boneyard. Rosenthal to pick up. Centering up to Owens. Owens around. Great effort there from number 22, Robbie Brooks. Eichstadt across the middle to Owens. A lot of open cutters here. Up to Boardman. Boardman with a shaky forehand that Eichstadt manages to pull down, and Eichstadt to Goff for the score.
Boardman very lucky on that throw. Very lazy flick from him. Gets caught in the wind. Fortunately for him, it sails over the defender's hands. And Eichstadt able to bring that one in. Surly with the goal. They've been in these finals before. Very weak forehand from Boardman.
Boardman, during his open playing days, was definitely known for his explosiveness, his ability to get up in the air, not necessarily for his throws.
Maybe still needs some work on that short forehand.
So Surly, another opportunity here on D, going upwind. Down 6-4 here. and right to pull. So he likes to use the full 90 seconds between points. Another roller. And Parrish
Slide
with the
from
sliding
Parrish.
kick.
Slide tackles the Frisbee.
Mike Jolly. To gain up to number 11, Brian Lang. Downfield to Ray Parrish. Parrish just a few yards outside, and Parrish with a wide open Mike Donardis for the goal.
I don't know who was defending him, but they weren't even in the picture. Daenerys burning to the live side. It's a high stall count. Parrish there.
Looks like Boardman covering him here.
I don't think it was even Boardman.
Yeah, no, he's
No
coming
one
from all the way
guarding him.
across the other side of the field. Completely uncovered.
Surly wants to be the three-time national champion. He can't be falling behind like that. So players take a timeout. We will also be taking a timeout. Please stay tuned for the conclusion of the first half.
So welcome back from the timeout here. The USA Ultimate Club Championships. Masters finals between Boneyard and Surly. Boneyard taking a quick lead out 7-4 here in the first half.
Yeah, players have been trading points since 4-1. Offense has been scoring downwind. Surly, multiple opportunities to break upwind, but they're unable to capitalize. See if they can convert this offensive point here.
So Surly, Todd Owens with the disc. We're gonna have a vertical stack. Dave Boardman, too far inside, unable to come up with it.
Owens' throw just a little inaccurate to the inside cutting lane of Boardman.
Brooks to number 30, John Proctor. Nick Poor across the field and a block by Boardman, getting it back. And a quick shot.
Easy D from Boardman.
And coming from across the field, Nick Poor picks that one up. And then can't hit Holtzman.
Turn.
And Jimmy, the fan, Holtzman, calling it traveled since there was no ground check as the disc went out of bounds.
Signaling. Must tap it in. Just trying to make sure Don Tom is playing by the rules.
Of course, the ground tap, the favorite rule of RSD fans everywhere.
Lots of change in possession there. I think there was 3 throws consecutively with multiple turns.
So Boardman. Adam Goff. Goff over the top to Todd Owens in the end zone for the goal.
Todd Owens sets the disc right in front of Kevin Kuzi's face, then takes a little stare down at him. Surly fired up after scoring that offensive point. They did give the disc to Boneyard, giving them an opportunity to take half. However, the disc went Surly's ways, and Surly capitalizes with a hammer over the top. Only a 2-yard gain, but enough to get a goal.
So it looks like the observer's discussing there, maybe considering giving a TMF for Todd Owens' spike. It looks like they chose not to.
Just a warning.
So Surly still looking for that first upwind break.
Boneyard looking to take half. Go up 8-5 on the 2-time defending national champions.
And right to pull. Another spinner, this one's not a roller. Skids down near the brick mark. Brian laying out wide.
Kuzi shot deep. Throw goes up to Kuzi, and Kevin Kuzi! Oh my, highlight reel material. Just focused. That is stone cold right there. Looks like he has his eyes set on the prize.
So Kuzi, again down here. Boardman sees it, has a shot at it, but can't quite get up enough. Maybe a couple years ago, Boardman would have had this block, but Kuzi coming down with it.
That was Alan Hoyle with the forehand. Kuzi streaking deep. They're really focusing on Kuzi in the first half. I believe that's his 3rd goal of the first half. 2 very impressive skies.
So we'll take a break here for halftime with Boneyard up 8-5. You're watching NGN's coverage of the USA Ultimate Club Championships, the Masters Division Finals. Encoding by Elemental Technologies. Come back in, we'll be on a different stream for the second half.